When I was driving at Walmart Spark this past Labor Day weekend, I stumbled across something that drastically increased my pay. At first, it just happened on one order and I thought it was a glitch or potentially just a tip bait, but then it happened again and again and again, and I saw that it was a pattern and I knew it was something that I had to share with the community. This one simple tip allowed me to get a handful of Walmart delivery orders that averaged over $40 over this weekend. And even just today, this allowed me to earn almost $250 on just the 5 orders. But before I share this tip with you, I want to give a clear disclaimer that this might not work for everybody in every market at every store, but all it really takes is for this to work at one store in one zone in your city or in your market for this to drastically change your earnings on a day-to-day basis. So stay tuned to the end of the video for some tips on finding a store that this has the highest potential to work at, since I have already confirmed that other people are using this tip currently in other cities and states. So the tip that I stumbled upon this weekend is that some Walmarts are sending orders to Uber Eats with super high pay. And by the way, the super high pay isn't a tip that's gonna get baited and then dropping you down to $8. I'm talking about super high base pay. Now, I recently did a poll in my community and found out that almost 40% of Spark drivers are not signed up for Uber Eats. So if you're not signed up for Uber Eats and you're interested in signing up and finding out if this tip works in your market, there's a link to sign up for Uber Eats in the description section or in the pinned comment below. Now, on the other hand, if you're a Walmart Spark driver that's already activated on the Uber Eats platform, then in this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know about how these orders work, as well as tell you 5 things that you'll need to be cautious of when using this tip, including avoiding annoying Uber Eats food orders. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. So originally, based on what people had told me, I thought these were orders that Spark drivers weren't taking. Nonetheless, in my experience, all of these orders had decent tips and I hadn't been seeing them come around in the previous round robins. As a matter of fact, you would think I would have saw these orders come across the first come first serve before they went to Uber Eats if that was the case. What I did notice though is that these orders drop at the same time that the normal Walmart Spark orders drop. Additionally, the regular grocery orders just like Spark orders, and honestly, I really didn't see any difference. So in this matter, my theory is that Walmart and Uber Eats have a contract that hasn't come to a close yet. And this contract requires Walmart to give a percentage of its orders to Uber Eats. Now, if you think about it, most Uber Eats drivers are on Uber Eats for food delivery and they don't like doing grocery orders, and they especially don't like doing Walmart orders. When I was a food delivery driver, Walmart orders were like bleh to me. And on the other side of the coin, according to my community poll, almost 40% of Walmart Spark drivers aren't active on Uber Eats. And this is just an average. So based on basic statistical distribution curves, my theory is that there's some specific pockets out there at certain stores where the demand for the order delivery is so much higher than the driver supply. This is what these orders are coming to. So if one of those stores is in your zone, you have an opportunity to make that type of money out there. And as a matter of fact, just from a statistical perspective, with the number of stores that are in my market, this probably isn't the only store that's getting orders like this in my market. The other thing that I like about these orders is that since they're on Uber Eats, they're not scheduled pickups. It's not pick these up in 15 to 20 minutes from now. They're picking them up ASAP, deliver them, and come back. So you can potentially get more work done. Additionally, I've seen many of these offers be well-paying offers and also being single order deliveries, as opposed to, the double or triple order deliveries that you're typically used to seeing on Walmart Spark. But I will say, nonetheless, this is an exception to the rule. This is not the normal. When I did get a triple order doing this, I did get one that had $125 total pay on it. So if you do get a triple order on Uber Eats, you're more likely to get paid a lot better than you would at Walmart Spark. Maybe not $100, but even like $30, $40, $50, so something in that range. That's typically better than the average triple order you're gonna see on Spark. Now, one thing I especially noticed with these orders is that the highest paying ones, they seem to be all over 10 miles, or at least in my market. So in my mind, this could also mean that this has something to do with the delivery zone. Like these are places that Walmart doesn't normally deliver, I don't know. Nonetheless, these also can have hidden tips on them, so that 35 might actually turn into a 40. It's going to be at least what you're seeing on that offer. Now, with great rewards often comes great risk, and this case is no different. So there are 5 cautions that I think you should be aware of when using this tip. Number 1, you won't know anything about the delivery address or the order size prior to picking up the order. It says 1 to 5 bags, but that's just those totes, and even then, sometimes it's more than that. It doesn't tell you whether it's going to be a small or an XL. It doesn't tell you whether you're going to have water in it. You have less time than the 1 minute Spark gives you. I think Uber Eats is like 15 to 20 seconds. You don't know if it's going to be to a 3rd floor apartment, so it's a bit of a dice roll, not going to lie to you. Nonetheless, if you are getting these orders in your market, then you do have the opportunity to kind of price that in to say, how many dollars per hour is it going to take for me to be okay with being pissed off for the next hour? As a matter of fact, today I got a triple order that was like $35, 10 miles, going to a part of town that's known for having bad parking, a lot of apartment complexes, issues with gate codes and even door codes to get into these complexes. It was near the college campus, and I still took it because I figured that it was worth it. Now, I didn't know that it was going to be 3 apartments prior to taking it, but only one of those was a 2nd floor apartment. The 2nd floor apartment was a large order. I had to call. There was an issue with the gate code. It was 100+ degrees out. It was frustrating, but it was done in like 45 minutes, so I was fine with it. So you got to keep that in mind when you're looking for these orders in your market as well. So number 2, although you can cash out the whole amount the same day immediately, I'm talking about base pay and tips. That's one of the things that I really like about Uber Eats, is that for the Walmart orders, the tips settle immediately and you can cash them out that same day, and you don't have to wait 24 hours like you do on the Spark platform. You would think that this means that you can't be tip baited, but I found out that this is not the case. Apparently you can be tip baited. So if you get an order for $50 with a $10 tip on there and you cash that out, and the next day they take away that $10 tip, essentially you're going to be in debt with Uber. You're going to owe them $10, and on your next order they're going to take that first $10. Now, this hasn't happened to me, but apparently this has happened to other people. Number 3, be aware that sometimes you will see a mirage. And what a mirage is when you get an order and you think it's a good one, you go there to pick it up, but then you find out that it's already been picked up, it's stuck in their system, so you don't get anything unless you want to call support and then cancel and get the $3. And honestly, the first time I got one of these orders, I thought it might be a mirage, and it wasn't. Number 4, there are no shop and deliver orders on Uber Eats, or at least not in my market that I've seen. They're all curbside pickups. So if you're a person that only likes to do shop and deliver orders, these may not be for you. But if you're a person that doesn't mind double or triple orders, that doesn't mind not knowing where you're going, not knowing if it's a house or apartment, not knowing if it's an XL or a small, this does open up a great opportunity for multi-apping because you are still at Walmart. Earlier today, as a matter of fact, I used this. I first got a Walmart Spark Shop and Deliver order, and I shopped it, and as I'm finishing up and coming out, I realized that it's on the drop time. So I turn on my Uber Eats. I get a Uber Eats curbside Walmart pickup. So now, I'm not gonna lie to you, these were going in kind of the opposite directions, but it was only about like a mile and a half, so it wasn't that bad. Long story short, I packed up my shop and deliver. I went to curbside pickup. I picked up that order. I delivered them both. Basically $55+ in 1 hour. So if you're one of those people that's willing to do a curbside pickup, then that's a possibility for you as well. And then number 5, depending on how busy the area your Walmart is in, and also depending on what time of day it is, like is it near like a dinner or a rush lunch, you may get bombarded with a bunch of annoying food delivery orders, which kind of get annoying when you're just waiting for a $35 or $40 order. Or if you're a person like me that doesn't like being bothered with any orders, I just want it off my screen as soon as possible, then I suggest downloading and trying out Maximo. Maximo is an app by Middleton Technologies. Basically what it does is it auto declines all of the orders that are below a certain amount. If that's something you're interested in, I have a link for that below in the pinned comment or the description section below, and you can use that link to get a free 7-day trial. Now, before I get to the final tip, if you're getting value from this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the reason that I think you see these high value Uber Eats Walmart orders is because of the basic economic reasons. Uber Eats drivers don't like doing Walmart. A lot of Walmart drivers aren't signed up for Uber Eats, and there's these stores where that variance is much wider than the average. So the first step to finding one of these pockets is to find a store that has a very high order volume, and then secondly, try to find the times at that store that have the highest order volume, because that'll be the time when most likely they'll have too many orders for the drivers that are there. Now, if you want to learn about a trick I use to find the busiest time of day at any specific Walmart store that I'm thinking about doing deliveries at, then watch this video now.